Hi everyone. So today I want to talk about how big are the fish numbers. So this is one of the slightly more requested video because usually I don't do videos about like custom made numbers or big numbers that are outside of the mainstream ones. But anyway, I think quite a number of people asking for fish numbers, and especially since some of them are quite big. So anyway, this is the video for it. So first of all, the fish numbers are, I think, created by one of the Japanese Googleologists named Fish, and there are in total 7 of them. So fish number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. They are in different sizes. So let's quickly look at them. I'm not going to explain them too much in detail. You can look at them actually on Googleology, their exact explanation or more details. Anyway, fish number 1 is actually the smallest of them. Is basically an extension or a modified version of the Ackermann function. I mean, it's based on a modified version of Ackermann function. And of course, again, you can read it up yourself, but approximately it's around um, F here is the fast going hierarchy. So fish number 1 is around f of omega squared plus 163. So what does that mean? Again, you can read that up yourself, but here's a quick comparison. So the famous Grams number G64 is around f of omega plus 164. So if you're familiar with fast growing hierarchy, you can already tell that this number, fish number 1, is way bigger than Grams number already. Because the main catch here is you look at the ordinal over here, so omega square is much bigger than omega plus 1. So this is omega squared plus 1, this is omega plus 1. So therefore, you can already tell that even fish number 1 is already much bigger than Grams number. So the next one, fish number 2, which is also the second smallest out of the 7, it is based on an extension of fish number 1. Basically, they're similar, but it's much bigger than fish number 1. Its size is around f of omega cube, or omega to the power of 363. So omega cube much bigger than omega square, so therefore it's much bigger than that. Again, I'm just going to tell you kind of an approximation how big they are. I'm not going to explain too much detail. Some of them are quite hard to explain or understand. The next one is fish number 3, which is, I believe, the third smallest, and it uses something called the SN map. Again, you can look it up yourself, and its size is around f to the omega to the omega plus 1 times 63 plus 163. Again, clearly you can look at the ordinal over here. Omega to the omega plus 1 is much bigger than omega cube, so therefore fish number 3 is much bigger than fish number 2. And then the next one, fish number 4, this is the little bit special because this is not the fourth smallest. This is actually the second biggest, because fish number 4, it combines fish number 3 and an oracle system, which is actually based on the busy beaver function. And as you know, busy beaver is an uncomputable function. So fish number 4 is based on an uncomputable function. So this is actually the second biggest out of the 7. It's bigger than fish number 5 and bigger than fish number 6. And it's kind of written in this way, but again, it's based on the busy beaver, so it's basically bigger than the other one, because the other one, fish number 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 are based on some kind of computable function. But fish number 4, I think, is smaller than Rayo's number because it's based on the weaker busy beaver function. And the next one, fish number 5, it uses another thing, but similar to this one, is called the MN map, which is stronger than the SN map. And its size is around f of epsilon naught plus 163. So epsilon is a more powerful ordinal than the omega, even more powerful than omega to the omega to the omega. So therefore, fish number 5 is much bigger than fish number 3. This is around the same growth rate as the Goodstein sequence. So here is already much bigger than Graham's number, but this is still not yet arrive at 3 level. This is still much smaller than 3 because the ordinal for 3 is much more bigger and more complicated. And then the next one, fish number 6, uses an even more powerful thing called the M of n map. And its size is around f of zeta plus 163. And the zeta basically, again, much stronger than the epsilon ordinal. So this one, fish number 6, is again much bigger than fish number 5, but still, this is still much smaller than 3. And then the last one is fish number 7. It is the biggest of them all. It combines fish number 6 with an oracle system in the Rayo's function. So it's an extension, or it's based on the Rayo function. However, is much bigger than Rayo's number. Basically anything, that is based on Rayo's number, besides Rayo's number plus 1, something like that, then anyway, it's much bigger than Rayo's number. It's written on this way, so you can kind of tell, it's based on the fish number 6 as well. It combines Rayo function and, some of the definition over here. And even just R2n itself is said to be much bigger than Rayo to the Rayo n. So this one, I think, kind of means you iterate the Rayo function for Rayo's number of times. So this is already super big. I mean, unimaginably bigger than the original Rayo's number. And this is just R2. This is much bigger than that. And I think, based on what I saw from Googleology, fish number 7 is basically considered to be professional mathematics. So it's bigger than Rayo's number. And it's kind of similar to Rayo's number, even though it's based on Rayo's number, but people still consider it to be professional and not ill-defined. At least it's partially well-defined or partially ill-defined. It's not completely ill-defined because it's based on the Rayo's function. It's basically same situation as Rayo's number. That's why I think many people consider it to be the biggest named number that is not ill-defined. The other ones, such as the Bigfoot or some other ones, the Sasquatch or some other ones, they are all ill-defined. So that's why they are not considered to be, professionally defined. That's why they're not considered to be the biggest name number. But fish number 7, this one more called the garden number, but that one is not determined yet. So if you don't count that one, then fish number 7 is the biggest named number on Googleology based on its well-definedness. So anyway, here are the quick video about how big are the fish number. You can look at it online for more details. Do you think it's the biggest name number? It's up to you. So thanks for watching and have a nice day.